What's up, everyone? My name is Kenya, and I am the creator of All Things Loop. And as you should know by now, Loop stands for Live It, Own It, Obtain It on Purpose. Our mission is to put your purpose on display. We connect with leaders, and influencers of color across all industries, giving space to their voices and celebrating the power that lives within their stories. And we're still celebrating 28 days of Black excellence, and I am super excited. This is my first time having someone on here that I need etiquette. I need etiquette. So this is the first time speaking with someone, Miss Carol, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you. And happy Monday.
Happy Monday. You had a very relaxing Monday we talked about.
I did. Sometimes you have to be intentional too with that.
Yeah, absolutely. That just made me be like, you know what? I need to take a day and just take a breather.
We all do, especially as women.
Yeah.
I think some of us try to meet so many expectations and goals. And sometimes we forget to say, you know what? I need to stop, slow down, and relax.
Absolutely. So let's get started. How did you get started in your industry?
Sure. I got started almost by accident, if I
Hmm.
should say, but almost not by accident.
Yeah.
And I say that because I come from an entrepreneurial family,
Hmm.
and I would say my mother was my etiquette coach, if I should say so,
Hmm.
where I had to learn how to answer the phone correctly. I
Hmm.
had to learn how to give a proper handshake, how to conduct small conversations, small talk, really just not be shy, but kind of move forward and just be personable.
Hmm.
And then, of course, because my parents were very humble people, even though they were quite successful, we just learned how to be really comfortable around pretty much all groups of people. And plus, I grew up in the art community as a little girl in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, in the art community, people are very much diverse
Hmm.
and come from different backgrounds. So, that just made it that much easier for me to mingle in and out of crowds, whether they're black or not. So I felt really comfortable. So that's the beginning. But where I said that I kind of stumbled into it was a sorority sister of mine, who had a partner who was an etiquette consultant, was reaching out trying to find out if someone knew how to teach American and continental style dining.
Wow.
And of course, I
I
knew.
didn't even know there was a difference. Like, so you just helped me. Okay, but go on.
Yeah, so I was like, "Well, I know how to do that." So she said, "Well, can you come and teach this class?" So it was a class of young adults. They were 18 to 25 in a nonprofit organization here in Atlanta. I think it's called Year Up.
Hmm.
And I guess their role was to learn how to do certain skills in preparation for job interviews or just preparing for going into the workforce.
Hmm.
And so I went in, I taught the class. The whole class was just super excited and thrilled about the experience. I got to eat, and then she gave me a check.
Wow.
And I said, "What is this?"
Hmm.
And she said, "Well, my friend is an etiquette consultant." So that piqued my interest.
Hmm.
And simultaneously, at the same time, I was an educator. So, of course, I know how to make things simple for people to be able to connect. I like hands on activities. So, it was right up my alley. So, I investigated. I found my first um, certification online. It was for children,
Hmm.
and that was perfect being a school teacher,
Right.
right?
Right.
And all I needed was what type of activities do they do? So once I became certified online, I told my sorority sisters, I told some of my other friends that I had. And then being a teacher, I started using some of those lessons in my classroom.
Hmm.
And then people who that I worked with, other teachers would say, "You always get the good kids." And I was like, "No, I don't. It's just that I work with them." I was using
Yeah.
some of those lessons that I got from being certified to teach children's etiquette. And then finally, I would say several years later, I was really passionate about this etiquette thing. And I didn't see many women who looked like me teaching etiquette. Matter of fact, I didn't see any.
Yeah.
Even though the woman who introduced me to it said that her friend was an etiquette consultant. So I reached out to another organization that was here in Atlanta, and it was the American School of Protocol. And they were an institution recognized really internationally, worldwide, certifying people who want to teach etiquette. And
Mhm.
it was kind of costly. And, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this as a teacher, but I was eventually afforded. And I would say when my mother passed, I was afforded based upon, some of the money that was given to me to use that to become certified through the American School of Protocol.
Mhm.
And then the rest is history. Once I got that, the training was quite intensive, a little different than what I had anticipated, but it was hands-on. It was from 8 to 5, 5 days a week. I almost felt like I was pledging again,
Wow.
literally.
Yeah.
Okay. And I made it through with about six other classmates, and we had a couple of them that were from other countries that came in. And I was given my name, the Elite School of Etiquette, and the rest is history. So here we are today. And
And
that
how,
was back in 2018.
yeah, I was about to ask you how long have you been in existence? 2018.
Mhm.
Wow. That's a good story.
Thank you.
What's your definition of Black excellence?
I would say Black excellence is really just being the best version of yourself.
Mhm.
I believe the DNA that we've been given in being an etiquette consultant, I know that etiquette started with us.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. But and this is perfect because this is an opportunity for me to teach, our people. And that is, most people think that etiquette comes from the whites or
Yeah.
Europeans, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But in actuality, it was the Moors, the Africans, who civilized the Europeans.
Mhm.
And just
Never
like,
knew that.
yeah, and just like the rest of our history, most of it was, I don't want to say always stolen, but they wrote things down, and because no one else was there to claim it, they would claim it as their own. And the
Right.
same went with etiquette. They saw, they were amazed, they were impressed, they were just like, oh my God, and what we see on television, when you think about it, we always see Africans as what? Savages.
Yeah.
But that's not what they saw.
Mhm.
Okay. They saw the complete opposite. They were the savages.
Yeah.
All right. So, as a result, most of us as blacks, we shy away from it because it's like, I ain't trying to be white. I ain't trying to do what
Mhm.
those white people do, especially our young people.
Mhm.
So, once I'm able to educate them to let them know that it comes from us, we are black excellence.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was younger, I'd never seen it. So I think I was in college and I had to go to for my sorority as well. I had to do something with etiquette and I felt so lost. I felt like, oh my goodness, like what am I supposed to do? And from that day on, it's always been a desire of mine to know more. I've just never pursued it. So when I spoke with Amy and she told me about you, I was like, I want to talk to her because it's always been something that I said I need to know. It's time out sometimes to knowing just the basics of things. You would love to explore it, and I was really inspired by what you were doing, just because I knew when I was younger, it wasn't offered to us. It wasn't offered, and that first time that I even seen it was in college, and I was lost. I was
Mm.
completely lost at that point.
Well, that's good that you acknowledge that, but I recognize that myself.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's why I'm so, so like on fire for etiquette.
Yeah.
One, knowing the history of it, and then two, knowing that most of our people, unless they went to an Ivy League school or their parents were of means, and so they were exposed to different dining styles,
Hmm.
mannerisms, and just a different social class,
Yeah.
they didn't get that opportunity.
Hmm.
So we always miss out.
We
I
always
said,
do.
you know what? I got to run at 1,000 miles per hour to let our people know, one, You only get 7 seconds to make a first impression. And what I found is that most of us mess up within those first 7 seconds,
Absolutely. I know I
right?
have many times.
Right. From how we're dressed,
Mm,
the type of shoes that we're wearing, because believe it or not, we get judged by the type of shoes that we wear. You
yeah.
can even get judged by your nails. Like for the
Mhm.
females, if your nails are chipped and a little dirty and stuff, people automatically will judge you if they're really close. Like they may be busy doing what they're doing, but
Mhm.
then if you're in close proximity and they see certain things, we
It's
get cut
over.
off. And then we
Yeah.
always say, "Oh, they just doing that because they prejudice. They don't like black people."
Mhm.
That's not it. They have had the opportunity to be trained.
Yeah.
One of the programs that we have is called our Junior Cotillion, and it's for 6th through ninth graders. It exposes them to etiquette, different topics such as public speaking, dressing for success, table manners, dining skills, tact, how to write a thank you letter. I mean, we have a multitude of topics that we cover with them to expose them to that. Okay. Also reminding them you only get 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Always make it your best,
Yeah.
you know, but most don't know that.
Yeah.
And we wonder why there's just a few little black people sprinkled. And that was because someone got to them and taught them,
Yeah.
and they were able to make those first 7 seconds the most impactful.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just that
Wow.
simple.
Yeah.
It's really just that simple. And then when you kinda learn some of the other rules that go along with it, then it makes you more comfortable, and that's what
Yeah.
we do at the Elite School of Etiquette. It's about confidence and building confidence and character. That's
Awesome. I love it. How do you feel you are contributing to the culture?
Ooh, I think I'm contributing quite nicely.
Yes, absolutely. What's your definition of living in your purpose?
I think when God shows I think we're all born with a gift
Mhm.
or some sort of talent. And I think I heard someone even saying that, and I was like, wow, that is so impactful.
Mhm.
But I think, we're born with either a gift or a talent, or there's an area in our lives that we're good at,
Mhm.
right? And I think when you are naturally in your own element and you're comfortable in it, no matter what it is, that's your purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing it even though in the midst of doing whatever it is, it could be something that you say to someone, or it could be that you're showing someone that I'm doing what brings me joy.
Mhm.
And when you're actually living in your purpose, it does a lot of things.
Yeah.
It actually allows other people to say, maybe I can do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? It kinda like they say, it lets their light shine as
Mhm.
well. It gives them permission to
Absolutely.
let their light shine
I
when you're actually moving in that purpose. So
Yeah, absolutely. I told the person before I was interviewing, for me, living in my purpose is something that I could do effortlessly. Like I
mhm.
could do it without, a push. I could do it with my eyes closed. It's just something about whatever that purpose is. If I can do it and there is no effort on my end, then it's something that I need to pursue.
Right, right.
So I love it. Who have you looked up to that defines Black excellence?
I would say my mother.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Why your mother?
Well, my mother was a worldly woman. She's not here anymore.
Mhm.
She passed away 6 years ago,
Okay.
but she was very worldly.
Mhm.
Her smile would light up any room, and um, she was my best friend, and
Mhm.
she was a good role model for me.
Mhm.
And even though I was the one in getting in trouble all the time, going on. Believe it or not, most people are like, "What, Carol? You weren't
I
perfect."
can't see that. I can't see
The
that.
girl, no, honey, I got a whooping just about every other day. Okay.
So you was the one on punishment all the time, huh?
Yeah, I got a girl. What? Okay, I was on punishment all the time.
Wow.
I was on punishment a lot, and I was always testing the limit.
Yeah.
Cookie was my nickname.
Okay.
Cookie, don't do this. I wonder why she said don't do that.
Let me see why.
Yeah, it was like my body was just forcing me to
Mhm.
do that. And then
Mhm.
even, I said I was an educator, right?
Mhm.
Girl, even as an educator, I would be up in the principal's office all the time.
Really?
You would think the kids would kids
Right,
would
but
be in
she
the
was
principal's office. It was me. Because, if things just weren't right, I just always had, not that I had just talk. Some people
Mhm.
can just be nasty with their
Yeah,
mouth and just
absolutely.
mean spirited, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't that I was mean-spirited, it was just that I would speak the truth. I would say,
Mhm.
"Well, I believe last year we were working on X, Y, and Z, and
Mhm.
now I see that we're working on something else. Now, how is it that we're supposed to be able to master what we learned last year and not be able to implement it this year
Mhm.
to see if it actually works if you all are moving us to something else?" And then
Right.
the teachers will be like, "Oh, that," then I get the
I
wah,
agree.
wah,
I
wah.
agree.
Mhm. Or I've even had a situation. This was when Barack Obama was running for president. I was working at a school that was predominantly white, and I don't remember, was it Mitt Romney who was running against Barack Obama? Do you remember?
I don't remember. You
Well,
remember?
needless to say, the school that I was teaching in, they had all of his signs on the school yard.
Mhm. Wow.
And you're not supposed to have those signs, but so many feet away from the school, the whole
Right.
nine. And so, of course, a lot of the students that came in were white that
Mhm.
were in my class. And so the Spanish children and the black children, we were like, "Yay, Barack Obama." And the white kids were like, "No, we don't want him." They got angry and
Yeah.
whatnot. And so, of course, I was having a little discussion with
Mhm.
them. And one of the little boys went home, told his mom. And then the next day was a big thing. And I was like, my principal was black.
Mhm.
She was like, "Miss Ray, you can't say this and say that and this, that, that." I was like, "You know what? Do not talk to me." I was just that adamant. I said,
Yeah.
"Do not talk to me about what those children said when you all broke the law by having no signs in this front
Yeah.
yard of this school. So I'm out of here." Grace to get in trouble because it was like, you can't just do what you want to do over here and you're gonna try to reprimand me.
Right, right, right.
No, ma'am.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate that.
No, ma'am. So I was one of those that wasn't afraid to get in trouble. If she had told me you can't come back no more, good.
I
That was just
understand.
me, right? So I'm one of those who stands up for what I believe
Yeah,
in,
absolutely.
right? Especially if I feel as though I've been wronged or a
Mhm.
child has been wronged or if there's something related to my race or something like
Mhm.
that. Oh, I don't back down.
Yeah,
They
I
say, "Girl,
love
you
it.
a little Malcolm X etiquette coach." I'm like, yeah.
I love it. So how can we follow you? How can we support you?
hmm I have several platforms to be honest with you. The first one, of course, is on Instagram, the Elite School of Etiquette. So the Elite School of Etiquette. And then I have my own page, which is called Sitting Pretty. And pretty is spelled Prettea with Carol. And the purpose of that page is that I have my own brand where I do public
Mm.
speaking. And then also I am considered like the queen of etiquette.
Mhm.
And my favorite thing to do is to take tea.
Mm.
And we're going to be developing a tea tour where people will be invited out to tour both Atlanta, the nation, and then the world taking tea.
Oh,
But
wow.
Facebook, so we're both on Instagram and Facebook. You can even go into LinkedIn at the Elite School of Etiquette. But those are the two for Facebook. And of course, as I said, Sitting Pretty with Carol.
I love it, Miss Carol. Make sure when you come to Chicago, you let me know. I have nieces that I would love to have come to your school. They need it. I need it. Forget them. I need it.
Well, why don't you
So,
come to Atlanta? Come
oh,
down to Atlanta at the first. Okay, let me tell you this: the first
okay.
Monday of each month,
Okay.
starting in March. The only
Mm-hmm.
month that we're going to skip is April because that's spring break, and I'm going to be on tour. Um, but March, May, June, July, August, the first Monday of each month, we will be hosting an adult dining class.
Wow.
Yeah, you should come. And I give a lot of additional etiquette tips. And then, of course, I have a book.
Okay.
My book is called Etiquette for the Savvy Professional, and you can find that both on our website and on Amazon. So it's called Etiquette for the Savvy Professional.
I
And we
love
also have
it.
a journal. I have a cute little journal.
Oh,
And
you got it by you so people can see it or no?
uh-oh, let me see. Do I have one?
If
I
you
have.
don't,
Can you hold on?
yeah,
Okay.
I can. I love it.
Okay. I know I was like, I should have had the book right here,
It's
right?
okay.
Okay. But here's my book, if you can see it.
I love it.
It's called Etiquette for the Savvy Professional. It's on Amazon and it's on our website at www.theeliteschoolofetiquette.com. Great book. It's real easy to read. Lots of great tips for those of you who consider yourself professional.
Hmm.
Okay. And then this is my journal. Your manners are your beauty.
Ooh.
Okay. And it has, little lines in here. And then
Mhm.
throughout, there are some etiquette tips throughout the book. So they both can be purchased either on my website or Amazon. I know everybody shops on Amazon, so go
Right.
ahead and get your copy on Amazon.
I
And
definitely will.
hopefully, if you all are in Atlanta or if you come, check out our website, which is being updated, by the way. And I know I'm,
Mhm.
I'm running over time, but we're updating our website to reflect all the classes that are coming in the near future. But thank you.
No, no problem. Thank you. I learned a lot. I really did, and I appreciate. I'm honored that you would come on. I think, like I said before, I think this is so needed, and that it just inspired me. So I appreciate it. So you guys, if you have not, go follow the Elite School on Instagram. Make sure you follow. Go if you're in the Atlanta area. Go to one of the classes. Support. Go buy a book, go to Amazon. However, just go support. And if you have not already, go follow All Things Loop. We're still celebrating 28 days of Black excellence, and I'm super excited. We're almost done, so bear with us. But I know you guys have been enjoying it because I have. So until next time.